There's no rapper that I cannot go head to head with. As for that one, there's no rapper that I'm really scared of going on a one to one like bar for bar with now.
True voices, true voices, true voices.
Hey yo, what up, people? You already know I go by the name Lyrical Joe. My people call me the Beast, and this right here is my true voice. Well, I mean, when it comes to me, music has already been the thing to like with me, because I was introduced to music by my father at a very young age, and the thing is that it was reggae music that we started with. So it was mostly music in the home, music in the car, anywhere we were going. It was just up to me as I was growing up to figure out what kind of music I wanted to do, and the first love for music was reggae music, and then I got introduced to rap as well. So I realized that okay, there's two things I could, the knowledge that I got from reggae music, I could inculcate it into rap music, and then make a conscious effort of always putting out good message with rap music. So it's more like me bringing reggae to rap field. That's it. Well, my inspiration is a bit kind of weird, not your normal one, because it went from Bob Marley. I have Bob Marley in there, then it goes to Lil and it goes to Eminem, and then to top that we can have the Jay Z's and Nas and all that. But this three I mentioned first was like my top influence. So I definitely have a creative process, and I really love a solemn like environment, a serene place. Maybe even if it is here that I'm talking from right now, I like to lock myself up alone, especially when recording some kind of songs, when putting together some kind of lyrics. Like for example, my Fifth August series and all that. I always like to go solo. Sometimes I get the beat from the producer and everything, but after that I tell them, okay, I want to record myself. And that's the way I go about the writing too, because that's the feeling I want to have, the spirit I want to have when I'm recording or when I'm writing it. I want it to be just me, my mind there, my mind is locked up, goes far away, so that way I can be able to come up with things that is off the norm to people. So it's mostly me being in a quiet state where I don't have any disturbance. It's just me. If I'm typing or if I'm using pen and paper, that's just it. I mean, I was there, and it came to me. I had to do an album. So with me, I love to be to go off the board with everything that I'm doing. I don't want to be in the box. I don't want to be boxed and everything. So first off, the title of the album was challenging to me. I mean, I dropped an EP. I named it Vibes. It's normal because I just wanted to give the people vibes. But even my first LP that I dropped, I named it Kill, and the Kill meant King in Limelight. So I always really stay creative with those things because I know what I really want to journey upon and everything. So I was like, okay, what am I going to name this album? I could have just picked up anything, the amalgamation, anything, a big nice name. But I was like, okay, you know what? I'm taking the people to back in the days, and because of what I wanted to do on this project, so I was like, no, this is a photo album. Why a photo album? Back in the days, well, for you to know first, this is the first photo album where you are not looking at pictures, but you are listening to audio. That's one thing, and it's very intriguing because back in the days when you go to maybe your grandmother or your grandfather or that uncle that you go to visit, you go there, we didn't have phones, the internet wasn't booming or anything, so the main entertainment was based on the photo album on the center table. You pick it up, you flip it, you see pictures of them when they were babies, pictures of them when they were adults, and then pictures of their present selves. So I was like, okay, this album that I'm about to do, by the time you finish listening, I want you to get some pictures of me, my life back in the days, now, and where I think I'm going, and then pictures of other people too as well, what people are going through. I wanted it to be so vivid, so I started painting pictures with my words, and I placed it in a photo album for you. So this is the album that you can journey with and all that, and that's why I named the photo album. I was basically painting pictures of my life with words for you to vividly see. Yeah, basically, so in the process of this album, lots of people actually gave me positive feedbacks. They actually wanted to be on the project and all that, and it was all open hands because they already loved what I was doing and would like to jump on the train as well with me. Some people wanted to give their support and all that. I got most of the features that I wanted, and I wanted to put for Calligraph Jones from Kenya. We've been talking like most times. That's like a big bro. We've been talking. We were supposed to do something back then. We didn't do it. So this time he said he was going to come on the album, and that was about the time I dropped the intro. Is when he hit me up, but the timing wasn't really there, and he had made me known plain that listen, if he's gonna come on a song with me, he really wanted to come prepared, and the time that I had wasn't really that much. So for that reason, he couldn't make it onto this project. But definitely another time, and that would be just him. All other features that I wanted on this project came true for me. All right, my biggest challenge, I don't think I really have that challenge right now again, but it was at the point where I was trying to figure out, okay, so what do these people want? Am I going to keep rapping in English, or am I going to break it down to Pidgin, or am I going to adapt to rapping in P or any other language? But once I figured out who I am and what they love about me, and I accepted myself for what I do, it was no more a challenge. I was like, yeah, I realized that this is my role to play. This is how I'm also going to sell the country. This is how I'm also going to push Ghana. It's through this medium. I realized that I don't really need to go through A's medium, B's medium, C's medium. I need to go through J's medium. So that was what I did. So far so good. My music has really evolved. I've been able to push the narrative of lyricism onto people, and they love it. I've been able to push the narrative with my music that you don't necessarily need to only vibe to groove, but you always need to say something in there. And it's been able to cut across to tertiary stages, young ones, and people that are matured and grown as well. They can be able to sit down and listen to me. It's gotten to a point where I've been able to grab an award out of it. I've been able to push this narrative to a point where I have white people, like as in people all across different countries, and the first time they get introduced to Ghana music as my music, and this is what they are reacting to and they are talking about, all from different races, blacks, whites, everyone. And that is really motivating. I mean, we've gotten to a point where universities are doing things with the lyrics and all that. So I mean, it's great. It has really evolved. I mean, for the first time, the feeling was different. Definitely calls come through and all that. But when it comes to the VGMAs, they definitely first do their nominees jam, and then they put it out there. So you don't know your name is going to pop up or not. So, but we've been through that one, and that was my very first nomination on the VGMAs, and I won that best rap performance. And when I won, my thought was, look, by next year I need to either have different categories, or even if I don't have them, for this same one I must come back to this same category. Because the thing is that I didn't take what happened to me or what they gave to me for granted. I was like, listen, I'm not going back to sleep. It's like I've been doing this over and over again, so now that I've been nominated, it's not time for me to go back to sleep. So to see myself back in that category when I was nominated again, I mean, for this year, it only showed, I mean, fulfillment came, and it showed that, okay, I didn't really go to sleep, but I went to double up and build up on what was given to me. So yeah, I felt fulfilled. So with that, with the medical situation, I mean, I just dropped an album, and he's on the album as well. He's always giving me that big respect, and hasn't been shy to put it out there to let someone know that, hey, listen, Lyrical Joe is a dope MC. And what he did on that song, I feel like, yeah, the game needs, something like that most times. A rapper like me could get up and do that. Kendrick Lamar went to do it on Big Sean's Control, where he name dropped everyone, including the person that featured him on the same song. So I feel like it's normal. It should be done. And well, me, I didn't take it as a jab. I took it as a challenge, because he was like, he could do better than me. He could kill me on any song. So let's do a mixtape. So I accepted the challenge. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So basically, what he said, let's see if it is true, if the mixtape gets work. Oh, the thing is that there's two different. There's rap, there's hip hop. Hip hop is the whole house, and then when you go inside, you have different rooms. You have the room of rap, you have the room of trap, drill, all those. That's hip hop for you. And so the thing is that hip hop is a lifestyle, a way you dress, a way you talk, your chain, something that is hip hop. So hip hop definitely is a lifestyle, and I think gradually, I wouldn't say it's now that Ghanaians know. Ghanaians been wearing chains for a long time. They've been wearing grills, and things, and even now they do it. Akata, we pull down the jeans with sago. So the lifestyle that we've been living it. Maybe we might just call it different thing. We might just call it hip life, but that's definitely where we took the culture from. So we definitely are aware of that. This album, I titled it Photo Album because, like I said previously, I wanted to show people into details my life, what has gone on, what went on, what is going on now, and what is about to go on. So this album brings you closer to me, even if you are listening from afar, overseas or everywhere. You will know me. You will know that okay, this time in his life he went here, he schooled here, he stayed here. That's the kind of thing that this album offers you, and it talks to you about definitely real life issues. So to even begin with it, this album has an emotional attachment that even the people that listen to the album, they love it. They get attached to it because emotions are some things that when you put into music, every human has emotions. So soon as they hear that, they will also draw closer to that thing. So I made sure that I wasn't capping about anything. I made sure that the life experience was in there and it was raw. No trying to hide anything. If I stole before, I'm putting it in that album for you to know that yeah, I stole before and now I'm here. So this is what I did differently with this album, and I made sure that it was musically, motivated, the whole album. Self was just when it comes to self, yeah, that would be the most selfish song on the album because it's talking to you about yourself. Self is the self immune booster, motivation, and everything. Is telling you that listen, you don't need a stylist to give you a dress to wear. You can wear whatever you want to wear. Self is telling you that you don't need anyone to tell you that you are great. You can tell yourself that you are great. Self is telling you that you don't need anyone to tell you that you can walk from A to B. You can just do it yourself. That's basically what self is. Self-motivate, like a self-motivated project. And I had to make sure that I put it on the album there. Yeah. Entirely, I want to have the thing of truthfulness in my music. One, where when you listen to the album or my music anywhere, the first thing you know is this person is really, really raw and truthful to himself. And the second part too, I want that music to be the go-to music for people that are in any form of mood, happiness, sadness, anything. When you're like, for example, I was talking about self. When you're feeling down and you need some motivation, you don't need to go to any therapist or anything. You put that music on and I'll be your therapist for that moment. And so I'm more like a jack of trade with my music. Whatever you need, I can actually supply it to you to a point where you will not need to go to any therapist. The music will do the therapy for you. As one thing, actually, I stay in touch with God, and that's it. It keeps me grounded and focused. There's no rapper that I cannot go head to head with. As for that one, it's my thing. There's no rapper that I cannot go head to head with. That, but the only thing is that I always look for a real reason to beat. If it is gimmicks, if it is for clout, nah, I'm not there. But if there's a real reason to go inside, I mean, the person has said something that offends you, did something that offends you, and all that, and there's a reason to go on a record with. There's no rapper that I'm really scared of going on a one-to-one, like bar for bar with now. I mean, and I'll state on that this is my field, this is what I do, and I know that I can get on a record with any rapper and hold my own. If not outdo the person, then I will hold my own on there. Any rapper, I could do that. Well, like I mostly say in my songs and it depicts in my lyrics, I'm always like, yo, I'm ahead of my time, and I practice that. When it comes, for example, when it comes to 5th August, what month are we in now? Right now, we're in I think April, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think I finished recording 5th August last month. So, very much. So, I finished recording 5th August, March. Because I like to stay ahead of my time. And you know, it's a long minutes rap song. And I definitely need to shoot the video, do all that. So, basically, even if it is January, if I have the beats that I want to do, you know, I feel like this beat is calling me for 5th August, I'm going to record there because that's the quality of my pen game. It is true. I'm very true to my pen game. It can stand the test of time. I can do a song last 2 years, and you would not know when I did it because it doesn't matter where I am, where I find myself. I'm always going to make sure that the lyrics, the song is futuristic. So any moment, anywhere you listen to it, any year you listen to it, it can still speak to you. So as we are talking now, I'm done recording 5th August already. I've already worked on it, and it's a masterpiece. I mean, crack jokes. I mostly crack jokes, watch movie. That would be the two things I do aside music: crack jokes, watch movie. And well, if I get to travel into, that's I like it. I mean, it's definitely important to always have something to say to people that are coming up because even we, at a point, we needed that, and even now, we need that from some other people too as well. I would say that one, don't really feel like you can cheat the game or you want to cheat it. You need to go through the process. If you really feel that where you are not ready for TV, radio, stages yet, you need to accept yourself. Be true to yourself. Make sure you go through the writing process. You should pen to a point where you realize that you are a master of that craft. Then you can take it to the next level. And one thing you should know is that you can't leave perfecting the art and chase fame and run after fame. No, when you perfect the art, fame will come running after you. So just make sure that you work on your craft, you do it very well, because opportunities are going to come. You're going to meet people, but what happens when you meet the people and your craft is not ready? The chances pass you by. So you know, the word here is that master your craft and fame will come chasing you.